Hello, talented people. This is Catrina Frison of Banner Media Group. And today I want to talk about specialized training. Now, I'm continuing my conversation with Skillset, but I want to specifically talk about specialized training. The thing about it is, whatever dream you have in your heart that you want to accomplish or see come true, naturally you want to be the best. Naturally, you want to kill it. I was trying to think of a different phrase. Naturally, you want to do the very best that you can. And so I recommend specialized training in order to do so. Let me give you some examples. So you want to be a singer. You want to be at the top of the charts. You want to go platinum. You want, all the things that come with that, right? So what's important is that you get a vocal coach, because the benefits, the blessing of having a vocal coach is someone that will work with you ongoing, someone who learns your voice, your range, your skill, and helps you to improve on that. Having a vocal coach does all those things and more. And I can't say enough about it. Really, it's one of those investments that you make that you quickly see the return. Yes, you've got to do the work. Yes, you're the one performing. Yes, all of that. But when you have behind the scenes people working with you to increase your skill set, it makes you look all the more naturally gifted. And so having a vocal coach does that. Same thing with acting coaches. An acting coach gets to know, again, your abilities, your range, what genres you fit in, helps you with some of the things, helps you really own in on really what your real skills are as an actor, and helps you make, decisions about, hey, what type of material really suits you. So that even when you're selecting audition pieces or you're preparing sides, whatever the case, that acting coach can help you do those things and nail them and get booked, right? So same thing, dancers know this, right? Dancers know this. Dancers typically, in my experience of onlooking, right? Because I'm not a dancer, but dancers know, I want to be a ballerina. I want to be a jazz dancer. I want to be a hip hop dancer. I want to be, whatever the niches are, and they get specialized training in those areas. You're not going to see a ballerina necessarily getting trained by somebody in hip hop dance, because they're being trained those are two different types of training. So they get specialized training in the area, in the niche that is for them. So, that's one of the wisest things that you can do when you're looking at, looking at your career goals. Same thing for modeling. There are different types of modeling, and I always recommend that models know what the various types are, and then kind of own in on what their niche is, because every model doesn't do everything. And you may be strictly print, right? So that doesn't mean you need to know how to walk down a runway, even though it's good to know. But again, there are runway models, or especially beginning runway models, who specifically get specialized training in walking the runway. If you're going to be a runway model, then you need to kill it. You need to really, I should stop saying that. You need to really be excellent at mastering the craft of walking a runway in 4-inch heels. So the thing about it is that runway training is a specialized training. Now, I'm just giving you a few, but there's so many others. I've worked with, I had a client who was a chef and who was specific in a certain type of cuisine. Understand, all chefs don't do the same thing. So there are chefs that do fine dining. There are chefs that do certain cultural cuisine. There are chefs who there are with pastry chefs, you know what I mean? So like again, they may learn all of those things, right, in their culinary courses, but they own in on a niche, something that's really specific to them, something they're passionate about, something they have skill in, and they get training in that particular skill. Listen, it makes the difference. When you go to a restaurant, it's not just one person cooking your food. If you're going, especially if you're going to fine dining, you have several people. You got sous chefs, you got all these different people, and they all have a specialized talent to work together to make your meal. So understand that in the world of entertainment, there are all kinds of opportunities and there's all kinds of training. You can be trained as a PA if you are, if that's something that you want to do in terms of entering the film world. You can be trained as a director. You can be trained. I mean, listen, there is education everywhere for what you want to do, but it is up to you to make the investment in yourself. Listen, and I say this over and over again, raw talent is only the foundation and the starting point of you moving forward. And it doesn't mean, listen, I have seen very talented people with no work ethic fail. And I have seen people with mediocre talent work with a strong work ethic and succeed. So understand that there are all types of journeys in this world, and specifically or naturally yours is different from someone else's. So you must get the training that you need. Now, one thing I specifically tell my clients all the time is, okay, it's great that you're talented. It's great that you're good at what you do. But do you even know the business? Do you even know how you go from A to Z in the fashion industry? You go from A to Z in the music industry. You go from A to Z in the film industry. Do you know the process? Because even that, you can get training and understanding that. Listen, that is equally as important as you having the talent, understanding how to navigate your career. And unfortunately, I've seen lots of people with great talent fail because they did not understand the business, or be taken advantage of, become broke, or stay broke because they did not understand the business side of entertainment. So again, I would say to you, get the specialized training that you need. You can do anything with education. You know what I'm saying? You can do it better. You can have a greater understanding. You can become more successful if you have a good grasp of what all of the details are concerning that field and how your specific talent and your specific skill set fit. So one thing I will say to you is, if you are interested in doing entry-level work as it relates, and I kind of pause at saying entry level. If you're interested in doing behind the scenes work and working in entertainment, meaning an administrative assistant, a personal assistant, a travel assistant, a production assistant, those kinds of roles, then I want to encourage you to sign up for our course that's called Serving Celebrities. It is an inside look into, you can go to visit bannerexcellence.com and sign up for, it's a virtual course. It's an opportunity to do kind of a deep dive into those specific roles and how you can acquire employment in those areas in the entertainment industry. And I say film in specific, but those roles can cross the span of entertainment. So anyway, hope this is helpful to you. Certainly, if you have questions, specific questions concerning talents or examples that I did not mention, certainly you can say so in the comments. I'll be happy to answer those for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.